Hey van camper lovers and all you other wonderful RV enthusiasts, I'm Mikey B with Beckley's RVs. We've got a brand new one hitting our lot today for you. Behind me is all new for 2025. It's the Winnebago Revel Sport model. It's the 44N. It is super cool looking with the color and even better inside. Let's get into it. Just like its bigger brother, the Revel, this Revel Sport 44N has some great features that have carried over. And of course, it starts with the Mercedes platform. For all new for 2025, it has gone to all-wheel drive. But this particular sport model is the 2-liter 4-cylinder. Still a lot of pep, still a lot of oomph. You got to come out and drive it. But it has a great new color choice that we have here. That's blue slate gray, if you will, with the black rims. It is eye-catching driving down the road. And again, all-wheel drive with that diesel engine is going to be able to get you anywhere with some confidence. We have, of course, our awning at the top that is a power awning with also an LED strip light. But if you don't have that on, you also, of course, have your patio lights. We have really robust step-up bar here that goes across not only the passenger seat, but of course, the sliding door here. Going to the back, you're gonna have a ladder that you can get up there and access anything that you may need. You have some bars that run on the passenger driver side if you have anything to tie off, but ultimately you have, I think, over 200 watts of solar panel up there to be able to get that 12-volt charge from the sun, especially if you're going off grid. Open the doors up, and this is where the Revel really shines. This is a huge space. We have the bed elevated on purpose so you can see an awesome amount of space to have all my gear and my gadgets to go with me. If I'm mountain biking or paddle boarding, going out into the water, I have also tie downs to make sure all my gear is safely secure so I don't have to worry about my precious cargo. Winnebago gives us a screen on the door side and in the rear, so that way we can have, on a nice day, have these doors completely open and just enjoy what Mother Nature has given us for weather. All your water controls are back here, so you're nicely labeled. Winnebago does an awesome job being able to color code and label everything. So whether you're filling your water tank or hooking up the city connection or maybe even winterizing, it's all there, really easy to utilize. Up underneath here, new for this year, is over 4 kilowatts of lithium-ion battery power. This thing is completely 12-volt in the sense there's no worry about going off grid. You have an underhood generator to supply your battery some juice. As I mentioned, the solar panel, and of course, when you're storing it, you're gonna have a battery disconnect to be able to protect all that from any kind of discharge. You do have a 5,000-pound receiver, so if you get into towing anything, this has got it set up all ready for you. And lastly, a little bit of the utility side here. We do have electric that you'll be able to hook up if you do go to a campsite that has power source. We have our gray water tank discharge here and our cassette toilet here. You have about 21 gallons of gray water, 5 gallons of black water, and then over 20 couple gallons of fresh water that you can take with you. So again, just real quickly, some of the exterior features on this all new 2025 Winnebago Revel Sport 44N. All right, driving the Mercedes, always super comfortable. But with the Sport model, what we've gotten is a little bit more budget-friendly chassis. We start with a 2500 chassis, and then again the 4-cylinder opposed to the V6. But driving these things, you're not going to know the difference. It's not even 25-foot motorhome, so you don't have a lot of weight that you're going to be tugging around anyways. You have to worry about the carrying capacity or the torque and the horsepower. The other thing that you're going to notice is we're getting into more manual controls for the seats as opposed to power, but we still have our heated seats. We still have full maneuverability. We can swing these around, tons of adjustments. all our steering, our steering wheel has all our controls still, and we still have all those wonderful safety features that Mercedes comes right out of the box with, like lane assist and brake assist and things like that. So again, we're not trimming down necessarily the safety features or the overall features of this coach. We're just trimming down some of those price points to be able to make it that much more budget friendly. But again, driving Mercedes is super comfortable, again, with adjustment, with the steering wheel, with the seats, the ergonomic layout of the dashboard. We have, of course, our full-time 24/7 rear view camera here, but Mercedes naturally out of the box has a backup 360 kind of view as well when we shift in reverse. So got a lot of safety, again, visibility around the whole coach with the mirrors, with the backup camera. So driving this thing, you'd have to come out and take it for a spin, and you wouldn't even know any difference here between this one and its bigger brother, the Revel. So hope you come out, do a test drive. We'll whip it around and see what you think. All right, walking into this new Revel Sport 44N, it's got a really nice utilitarian kind of feel, but very tastefully done. We've got some new interior colors and just a really cool vibe to this whole coach that just wants you to go, I feel like I got to grab the keys and go off grid and just disappear and have a blast. Let's get into some of the features that this floor plan and this coach brings. You're going to have a lot of electrical controls that really allow you to go off grid. So as I mentioned, we have a solar panel up top. We have lithium power, 12-volt stuff. So a lot of your controls are here. Of course, we have the solar module here that allows us to understand what we're drawing and, more importantly, what we have coming in. Above that is an inverter. It's a 2,000 watt inverter. So if we are off grid, we don't have that 110 hookup, we are able to turn this on and turn our battery power into 110 to get some of those electrical items like a coffee pot or something else that we may need. And of course, your tank levels and your water pump and such. Light controls are really large, which is great for, especially if you're in the dark fumbling for light switches to get some stuff on. And of course, a cool little clock here. And then this control here will have that, be able to lower that bed so that once we unload all our gear in the back, which you'll see how, again, from the inside perspective, how large of space that is, you can bring that down and get a nice, comfortable sleep. Windows are really, love these dual pane windows. They've got a lot of latches, very secure. You can open them up a little bit or a lot, especially based on the weather that you have. And of course, you have a screen shade as well as a night shade. So that way you guys can even divvy that up based on what you need. A lot of this, or I shouldn't say a lot, all the storage is very secure with these slam latch kind of locking mechanisms. So if you have a lot of teetering kind of gear in here, when you guys are traveling on those trails with that latch, you feel very secure that your stuff isn't going everywhere. A nice little cubby hole above the driver and passenger seat to really stow some of those maybe book bags and loose items if you need. But there's a lot of space that you're going to be able to put things kind of where you need. And by the way, before we move into the kitchen area, this table here does move out of the way. So you can, especially if you have a passenger that doesn't want the table, you can stow that somewhere else. Getting into the galley, when you open this door, it's really cool. You get a really nice day. You can drop this screen and keep it bug-free inside. But over here is a nice table that you can utilize from the outside. We've got a refrigerator that, again, we can, but we can utilize from the outside or inside, 12-volt refrigerator to really keep our nice items cool along the way as we do our trip. Your awning controls are right here, right inside the door. That you have the light and of course the power awning and a couple other light switches, along with a 110 outlet to get some of those devices plugged in. We've got storage above. We've got storage below. Again, Winnebago is making sure that we've got every little nook and cranny at our disposal. And I thought this was really cool. I was expecting like a really wide drawer, and it is, but they've added a hot plate here that we can plug in and do some of our cooking along the way if we don't want to cook outside. So nice little storage space area that they've put this up tucked out of the way so we don't have to keep that, we have to worry about where that's going to go. Got a little rack here next to our stainless steel sink, and even a nice little pantry with some adjustable shelves if we, depending on what kind of goodies that we're bringing along with us. And opposite of your galley is the bathroom, which is really kind of a versatile setup here, which is neat. We have these bamboo shelves, if I'm not mistaken, that we can keep some of our wet items, especially if we're out at the river rafting or such. We can bring that back and dry off our towels and our bathing suits. But these obviously will remove, so you can access your toilet, and more importantly, hang your shower curtain and have a shower space. And lastly, a nice little rack here, or a bar here, to hang up any of our clothing that we may need to hang and dry, or just to take with us if we have something that we don't want to fold up. And last but not least, again, the cargo area is phenomenal. I'm 6 foot, and they say, well, unless you're Michael Jordan, your arm span is your height. So this is over 6 feet wide. We have, again, tie downs here. As well, along the wall, we're gonna have some small kind of tracks here that we're gonna be able to utilize to tie in, maybe especially if you have a bike back here, something tall you can tie off the handlebars. They even added some storage above, or I should say, depending on where your point of view is, below the bed. Nice little baggie here, and also a cargo net to stow some stuff as well. We have window on one side so we can get some fresh air coming through, as well as some extra reading lights if you need. And then some 12 volt, as well as some 110 outlets to be able to charge our mobile devices, or just plug in whatever you may need, especially if you have like an air compressor or something large back here. You need to pump up those tires, or maybe pump up that paddleboard such. As I mentioned on our exterior side of the video, we have all our lithium and inverter components back here tucked away, so that way it's not it's not in the way, but more importantly, it's inside the coach, so that way we can protect it, especially that battery in some of those colder temperatures. And while I'm talking about that, this thing is very well insulated between the hydronic diesel fueled heating system, or the air conditioner in here, as well as Winnebago is one of the first to really insulate these Class B van campers. We're really going to be able to get into a lot of different seasons and be able to feel very comfortable inside, temperature controlled. So I'm sure I missed some things, but what do you think? Hopefully you enjoyed. Again, all new for 2025. This is the Winnebago Revel Sport 44N. All right, so if you're looking for that rugged, off the grid kind of Class B, this is definitely one you got to put on your list. Again, all new for 2025. It's a Winnebago Revel Sport. It's got a few things that really maintain that off-grid capabilities while still being budget conscious. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up. Comment below. Love to hear your first impressions on any of this, and definitely be able to answer some of those technical questions. And everybody, show us some love. Smash that subscribe button. I'm Mikey B with Beckley's RVs. We'll see you on the trails.